Hi, I'll be talking to you about the housing for my exchange to South Korea in 2019. I went for one whole year and I lived in two different places. In semester 1, I lived in a share house in Hongdae, and in semester 2, I lived in the dorms of the university. How I looked up for my share house was a website called Come and Stay. The website Come and Stay has a lot of houses for either share house, office styles or apartments. But for me, I wanted to live in a share house with my friend, so we looked it up like that. It's also in English and Korean, so it's easy for everyone to see and look up. My friend and I, we wanted to live in Hongdae area because I went to Seogang University and I wanted to get somewhere that was close enough, and also I really like the vibes of Hongdae. Lived in Hongdae and then pressed Sharehouse.
This is what it would look like.
And a few came up, and we also typed in the timeline of where we wanted to be in the share house. So it was like 2019 February for 6 months. A few came up and we looked at each one. We picked the best 3, I think. I was in Australia in that time. My friend, she would contact the managers or the owners of the share house and would go and see the house to see what it was like. My friend decided to go with the first one without seeing the rest of the other 2 that we had picked. The price of our share house, 35만 원 per month, so around $350 per month, and the deposit was only 5만 원, which is around $50. So it's very, very, very cheap, and it comes with like shampoo, rice, conditioner, and the powder for laundry and stuff, so it's really, really cheap. So we decided to go with that one and we signed a contract,
Which looks like this.
and also the managers or the owners can speak English, most of them, so I think it won't be too hard for people who can't speak Korean. The room that we were in, it wasn't very nice. It was very small. It was like a bunk bed in a really small room with a balcony where the wardrobe was, and also there was a small shower booth as well. Which was really nice because the rest of the people in the house had to use like one toilet, but we had our own, so we could use that, which was really, really, really convenient. Because the room was so small, it was very easy to get dirty, so even if we clean every like 2 days or something, it would get dirty like this, and it was very disgusting. But because my friend and I, we are very similar and we're not like clean freaks, so it was like fine. We didn't have to fight over that, like, oh, you're not cleaning, we're not cleaning, so it was fine. But if you were living with someone who was very, very clean and someone who's not, it would have been that you would have had a lot of clashes. So be mindful of when you choose a share house of who you're going to live with, or your friend, otherwise you would fight a lot. But my friend and I, it was fine. Even though the house wasn't as nice as I thought it would be, the suburb was really, really, really nice. It was very eco-friendly and there weren't too many people, so it's not the Hongdae that you're thinking of. It's not the main exit 9 area, but it's near exit 7 and exit 6 and exit 3, and there aren't too many people, but there are enough. It's not scary when you're walking home by yourself. We had a convenience store right beneath our apartment, our building. It was 10 seconds away, so it was really convenient because you could go to buy something when you wanted to, as soon as you wanted to, which was really, really nice. And also there was a lot of cafes around our area, and a lot of restaurants, and those aren't just restaurants, they're like the hot places that a lot of young people would go to, and you'll be on Instagram and stuff. So there was a tteokbokki right in front, so we could see from our balcony window, and there were so many people all the time, so we would like look through the window and see if there are people there lining up or not. We would choose, like, we would keep looking and see if there are no lines, then we would go down and go straight into the restaurant because we didn't want to wait. So those things were very nice. There was a lot of bars as well, which was really nice, and there was a place called 경리선 책거리, which was like right next to our house, and it's like a walk pathway with a lot of bars and cafes, and it was like a park kind of, and there was a lot of cherry blossoms all on the side. So if you went in springtime, it's really, really pretty, so you would take photos, and there's like a lot of like families, also like couples and friends and stuff, and you can buy pizza or chicken and have beer and sit down and just chill with your friends. So I think that was like one of my favorite places in Korea because it was so nice. And I would walk there with my friend after we ate dinner when we were like bloated and stuff. So it was really nice. So my house was a 20-minute walk to my university, which was Seogang University. And with the buses, it was like 5 to 10 minutes. So it was kind of similar, but if I was in a rush, I'll take the bus. Otherwise, I would walk to uni. So my house was a 7-minute walk to the station, Hongdae Station. So it was really, really, really convenient. And also another 7-minute walk from my house was a bus station. And there were so many buses that went past, that went everywhere. So it was so good. It was so convenient. Like if I wanted to go somewhere and it's not convenient by train, I would take the bus and it would take me there like really, really fast. 20-minute walk to Seogang University, which is in Sinchon, and it's like a 15-minute to 20-minute walk to Sinchon, and a 15-minute walk, 10 to 15-minute walk to Hongik University, and to main Hongdae area was a 7-minute walk. Yeonnam-dong was like a 7-minute walk as well. So I have like all these places that I can go to, the hot places that everyone wants to go to. We were like in the middle of it. So second semester I lived in the dorms. The dorms was a bit more expensive than the Sharehouse, but the facilities were so much better. In the room was much bigger as well. I lived with my friend who was on exchange as well. The toilets were really clean, and also you could turn the aircon on at any time for ever long you wanted to, and you didn't have to pay for it, so it didn't really matter, because at home you would get in trouble by your mum. But there, if it's hot, you just turn on the aircon, you sleep with the aircon on. If it's cold, you sleep with the heater on. So it was really nice. Also, we had dorm food, and you could choose if you wanted to eat it or not, but I chose this plan A, 60%. I personally didn't really like the food, and a lot of my friends didn't like it either. It tasted really bad sometimes, like most of the times. Sometimes it was okay, but most of the times it wasn't that great. So every time I would eat it, I would get hungry like an hour later, which was really, really annoying because I would have to eat again. But also I had a convenience store right beneath my building of my dorms, so I could just easily go get food. And also we had a common area on each floor where you can eat, and you can call if you don't want to disturb your roommates, which was really convenient and nice too. Curfew times, which wasn't too bad because you just had to come home before 5 a.m. and which most of the times I didn't, because I don't stay out that late. But the bad thing was that if you left the dorm at 12 a.m, you would have to come back in 10 minutes. Even if you went to the convenience store, you would have to be back, like you would have to tap in before 10 minutes had ended, which I don't know why they made that rule, but yeah, that's a rule. And the best thing was that you could go to class in 5 minutes and you wouldn't have to wake up how many minutes before class, which was really, really convenient. I think that was the best thing. But if I had to choose from the Sharehouse or the dorms, I would choose the Sharehouse, just because the suburb that I lived in was really, really nice, and it was so convenient, and it was, I think, a place that I want to live in again. But just looking at the room, I would choose the dorms because it was much bigger and more clean, and the toilets was so much better. I think if you're going on exchange for 1 semester, dorms would be easier because it's pretty cheap and it's safe as well, and it just might feel easier. But if you are going for maybe 1 year, or if you're not going on exchange and it's for work or another purpose, then I would highly recommend trying share houses. And also you can get a room in a share house with just 1 bed, so just for yourself, so you don't have to share with anyone else, which then you don't want to share with a stranger, then that might be better. And if you are going on exchange for 2 semesters, I recommend trying maybe 2 different places, because just living in one place in a different country isn't exciting. I think you should try out different places and have a wider experience while you're at it.